on, guys, and welcome to another video. I want to preface this video in telling you that you will either think I'm insane or you will learn something. All right, so you're probably wondering what I'm doing with this thing at the end of my drill, with this weird looking thing, and with this tiny little, also weird looking thing. But this might actually give it away. If you guys have seen the channel, I have used this aluminum polish, metal polish from Mothers. Not a sponsor or anything like that, it's just a really good default. Today we are going to be polishing the muffler on the E92 M3. You guys have seen me do exhaust tips before, but today we're taking it to a whole nother level in the detailing game. I think it's about time we step it up on the channel. We get serious about the condition of the M3. We have a reputation to keep here on the Shifted Perspective YouTube channel. So today, I actually did cheat on you guys a little bit. I did test it out because I have never done this before and I wanted to see if it would even work. So I will give you a little glimpse into what I've done so far right now, actually. So let me show you. Alrighty, so as you can see, the tips are nice and pretty shiny. Not as good as they could be, but as you work your way back, you will see that the muffler is very dull. Definitely needs some attention, but you'll also notice that there is a sudden random spot that's actually pretty shiny. Obviously that's nowhere near in being done yet, but that is my little test spot where hopefully the whole muffler will look something like that. So today we are going to be doing that to the stock muffler on my E92 M3. So we are going to fumble through this. Once again, I have never done this. This is my disclaimer. I'm literally like trying this for the first time, so we're gonna go through this together. These are little, metal polishing devices, obviously. So I actually bought these when I was at the Good Guys car show. I bought kind of this piece for the majority of the area. I just figured it would be easiest to use something like that. This is sort of a base that you can screw into this as well. I figured just to get in the angles, this would be nice. And then I just got this because it looked kind of cool and I figured maybe it could be helpful to have. I'll put a link in the description. I think it's called Bush, metal polish devices, or BUSCH, I believe it is. Totally random. I just walked by their booth and it was only 30 bucks for all this. And then obviously you buy this separately. This is just stuff I've had for forever. So we're gonna put all this together and see how well it does. Actually, funny enough, I'm using my finger and it's already actually doing some work, which is surprising. But we're gonna this is just me doing my thing, guys. So if I'm being an idiot, you can tell me a better way to do it, but it will probably be too late. So anyways, let's do that. Alright people, so you're still gonna need the traditional 000 steel wool. You just need to work it in the surface area, in the little cracks and crevices. The spinning wheel on the drill is definitely a huge help. But I will say, in order to get sort of the optimum finish, because it is still a little hazy, I've really never polished metal like this before, so I'm a noob. But you have to finish with something like a microfiber. I'm like laying down, so excuse me for that, but that's what it looks like. We definitely have a little more finishing to do, but that is still a huge difference regardless, guys. It's up to you how crazy you want to get, but even like these welds, they look a lot more cleaned up after you polish it. So I did, kind of around the tips as well, and right up to there, right up to the lip at the top. So that's something, I don't know about you guys. Definitely leave me tips below, feedback below. I haven't really done this side at all, but that's kind of what it will look like. Alright guys, the finished product. After those glamour shots, I'm going to give you some raw footage. I know a lot of you guys like that, so you get kind of like the zoomed in, raw. All right guys, you really didn't expect we were done already, did you? So just when you thought we were getting extremely intense, we're taking it to another level. My thoughts after I did the polishing that you guys already witnessed is I didn't really think that the metal was finishing up as well as it could have. So essentially I'm using too much abrasion and not enough finishing. So what I did was I talked to a few buddies and I decided to make the plunge and buy a few new things. I did a little order. I got some gloves, which I always use. These are my favorite detailing gloves. These are just the regular nitrile gloves. They are excellent because you get a lot of feel through them. It's not like thick gloves. I picked up some brake buster, separate video. We'll do hopefully a review on this stuff because I still haven't found a wheel cleaner that I really like. But I did also pick up some P21S polishing soap. This is probably what most guys use if they are detailing metal, but I figured this is going to be a great opportunity to use this as sort of a second round to see if I can clean it up a little bit more. And finally, we're going to finish with this Wolfgang metal sealant. This is a metal polish as well as a metal sealant. So when you do use it, it will finish up the metal really nicely from what I see. Special thank you to my buddy Garrick, who is a million times more OCD as me and has his cars in pretty much show car status. So he highly recommended picking up this thing. I actually made an order to AutoGeek for this. So not a place I order from a ton of times, but it was one of the few places that had it. So we're gonna use this to finish up. All right, so for those of you who are still with me and haven't thought I've completely lost my mind, I have finished the final step on the exhaust polish, and I have to say, I've literally never felt metal that felt this smooth. After the polish, the Wolfgang stuff, it literally feels like there's a coating on it. And you know, that might be obvious because it is a sealant. And I will say my first impression with that stuff is it's more of a sealant than a polish in my mind. It definitely, you know, does some work. You know, this thing is a little brown and it's not from the liquid necessarily. I think it's definitely picking up whatever was remaining from the previous polish. And it does say on the bottle, that's kind of what it's meant to do as well, is pick up any remaining residue, polish, dirt, that sort of thing. But the muffler is looking probably better than it ever has on this car. And keep in mind, like right here, looks like I missed a spot, but it's because of the floor. Like if I move it over here, it moves the shadows and now it looks really dull. And then if I go over here, it looks like super shiny by the light, and it looks dull right there. So keep in mind that that's going to be thrown off based on where the car is sitting right now. It's really hard to show you on camera accurately where the car is, you know, the way that it looks. But you know, you guys can see a nice close-up. This was a great project. A lot of people think it's pointless. Someone told me recently it's just like detailing the wheel wells. And I responded with them that I detail the wheel wells twice a year as part of a wheels off detail. And that's when I immediately lost touch with them. So. All right guys, last impressions of this project. I wanna say that this P21S polish was really nice to work with. Working with the steel wool is very aggressive, but I will say, you know, like even the sponge, it came really clean, really easily. And I was really worried about it's staying, you know, black, and then you're trying to use it on another car and it looks really weird and it's just not working. But really nice to work with. I can see why people like it. And then this stuff is definitely a nice finishing polish. Really, it's a metal sealant more than anything. So if you guys are looking to finish up the metal a little bit, definitely say have a few microfibers handy that you're ready to throw out. These are from Costco. They are perfect. They're nice thin pile and they're extremely cheap. So I think that's gonna do it, guys. Definitely comment below if I forgot to mention anything. As usual, thank you for tuning into the Shifted Perspective YouTube channel. I hope your perspective was shifted and you think, wow, I thought I was crazy. Look at this guy detailing the muffler that pretty much no one will see. I'm gonna check out for tonight. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time.